You're listening to Amazing Radio. This is Amazing Afternoons. Delighted to be joined by a recent guest, but also a fellow presenter here at Amazing Radio. Scott from Clue Records is on the line. Scott, how you doing?
I'm all right, Frankie. Yeah, I'm hoping I can get this as a regular feature. It's going that way at the minute. Yeah. How are you doing? You all right?
I'm good. I'm trying to think what your regular feature contribution could be, though, because, you know, we're all about new and emerging music, but you'd have to have some kind of USP. Maybe it would be some kind of, I don't know, some kind of Yorkshire thing or something like that. I don't know.
Maybe that could be it. Well, we've got. I'm greedy because we've got our own show on here on Amazing. Do you know what I mean? We've got our Clue Records Present show, so I'm just getting greedy. Ignore me. It's all gone to my head.
It's fine. It's fine. The main reason, Scott, I've got you back on. I know you were recently on here, so celebrating the 10th anniversary of Clue Records. But something quite major's been happening, and you seem to be involved in it. EMI North, the first of its kind, as far as I'm aware, of a major doing something in the north of England. Can you shed some more light on it, please, for our listeners?
Of course I can. Yeah. So you've summed it up really well as a start there, Frankie. So I think back in June, July last year, we somebody from EMI was coming up. We got a message saying, "Do you want to come and speak to this person that's coming up from EMI?" So like, yeah, all right, we'll have a listen. And they sat down with us and talked with us. Fast forwarding 6 months on from then, they have opened up an office in Leeds. So they're called EMI North. As you said, it's the first time a major label has opened up an office or a space outside of the capital. So it just feels like an incredible opportunity. Yes, it's based in Leeds, but it's north. It's a fully northern thing. So from speaking to them and meeting them and getting, we were a bit like it's too good to be true when we questioned everything. But it feels like everything's really positive with it, and they're all saying the right things. They've got grounding in the north. So yeah, it feels like it's a good opportunity.
So what are they doing with yourselves then? Are they just picking your brains at this moment in time then?
A little. So we've partnered with them. So Clue Records has partnered with EMI. So we are still an independent record label. We still make our own decisions. We're not owned by them. We're not a feeder or anything like that. So we'll be using their sort of like infrastructure. We'll get access to their teams and people and working on like ridiculous campaigns like Queen, Taylor Swift, like these sorts of level artists, which is amazing for us. So we get access to all that side of it. And then the other side of it, I think they are just very keen because they could have come up here and just been like, where am I? We've got money. We'll just get an office and we'll do what we want. We don't need to speak to anyone. I think they wanted to do it in a genuine and have been doing it in a very genuine, sort of careful, thought out way where they understand there is a community and a scene there. They want to tap into it, support it, help sort of amplify what's already going on while understanding as well musically what's happening in the north and how can they get involved with it.
And it's not just yourselves they've partnered with, is it? They've also partnered with some other reliable sources of new music as well, haven't they?
Yeah, come play with me as well. So we're the two that have partnered with EMI. So yeah, come play with me. Work on more on artist development, but there is a label side to that. But it's supporting marginalised communities, so people who don't get the opportunities in the industry. So yeah, and I do some work with Come Play with Me as well. So like it's pretty overwhelming. It's amazing that this is happening. We want it to be something like that happens longer term. You know what I mean? There's been an amazing reaction to it, but we want to see results. We want to see stuff coming out of it, and that to me is infrastructure up here, people being able to get jobs up here, artists feeling like they've got a platform up here. So yeah, that's what we want to see. But hopefully it'll lead that way.
Yeah, so I guess the ideal is that EMI North grows as a base, and then they employ people from the north as well, and ultimately start working with artists and creators in the north of England.
Exactly. Yeah. They are starting to hire people for the team that is based in Leeds. So that's going to start happening very soon. So immediately there's already sort of creative jobs coming up here from it. And then I'm from the northeast. I'm from Teesside. So my focus has always been sort of like with one eye back on what's going on there. So I want it to be pushing out, not just in Leeds. Yes, it's a northern thing, but I think hopefully for me long time, I'm going to push them to be doing hubs everywhere else. Not really up to me, but that's my ideal. Do you know what I mean? That's what I'd like.
And what about yourselves as well? You've been busy with. You got something coming out in the pipeline?
We have. So it'll be 3 weeks time, just under 3 weeks. We've got a brand new signing. Can't say anything now because that's just how it is, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? It's one of them.
Are you excited by it?
I'm very, unbelievably. Like, we only sign stuff that we love. So it's an incredible band with a debut album coming out. But other than that, we've got like another 4 or 5 albums coming out this year. So it's a very, very busy and very exciting time. So we'll have 2 announcements, one next week, one in 3 weeks, and then we'll just keep on going from there. Yeah.
Oh, you got me thinking now. Have I heard of this band you're going to announce soon?
I hope so. Yeah, I would suspect so. Can't say, yeah.
Yeah, you probably said as much as you can. You probably said as much as you can. So a few records coming out this year for Clue. How is EMI North going to support that then?
So we get access to their team, so we can use their distribution services. We can use the people like digital advertising people, sort of their sync teams and publishing teams, and all of these teams that are working on these huge campaigns. I've been putting in calls with them, we've been speaking to them, so we get this wealth of experience. There's also there's a little bit of money that we're not flush now, but they're allowing us to, where needed, we can ask for money to support campaigns, but we'll keep on working on the same principles we all have. You can't just buy your way to the top, so we're going to be very sensible about that. But I think it's the infrastructure is the biggest thing, and the access to. If we've got an artist playing in a certain place and there's people that need to go and see the band, then they can say, right, they've got these contacts as well, industry contacts, so they can spread our word and start shouting about us.
And what's been the reaction from your existing roster to the news of the partnership?
I'm very, very, very positive. And I was sort of, I didn't know how it would go, in all honesty, because we've always been very proud of our DIY roots and our being independent and doing all that. And I think because we've retained that independence and been able to say, you're still signed to Clue, it's a Clue artist, this is just a support network that we're getting. All of the care and attention that you've got before you will still get. Everyone's been made up. It's been an amazing reaction. So really, really pleased that everybody's been open to it, and hopefully they'll see the benefits of it as well. It should do well for them.
Great stuff. Exciting times for Clue. What are you doing this weekend? Anything fun then, Scott?
I'm going to see Dry Cleaning on Saturday in Leeds. So I'm very, 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 very excited about that. Yeah.
Yeah, excellent stuff. Really enjoyed the recent album as well. Thanks for catching us up and telling us all about EMI North. Don't be a stranger to the show. This is, like you say, this is sort of kind of becoming a bi-monthly thing. So let's keep in touch. And you can always find yourselves on Amazing Radio as well. When's the next show you're doing for us?
It just went out this last Tuesday, so I think it'll probably be on tomorrow morning, I reckon, is when they'll repeat the next one. So Saturday morning, Clue Records presents on there. It's repeated every 2 weeks, and there's a brand new one every 4 weeks. So yeah, go have a listen to that. Some brilliant new music, and just me and Steve gabbing loads. So yeah, it's fun.
Thanks as ever, Scott. Thanks for taking the time.
Thanks for having us on, Frankie. Cheers.